This week at NASA.
Main liftoff.
NASA astronaut Mike Fossum and Satoshi Furukawa of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency joined cosmonaut Sergei Volkov aboard the Soyuz spacecraft he commanded and lifted off from the Baikonur Cosmodrome for the International Space Station.
Hatches are open.
A little more than 2 days later, the trio joined the other members of Expedition 28 already aboard the ISS. Commander Andrei Borisenko and flight engineers Ron Garin and Alexander Samokutayev. They're scheduled to return to Earth in September, while Volkov, Fossum, and Furukawa are slated to conduct experiments and maintain the complex through their return in November.
3, 2, 1. We have ignition and liftoff of Aquarius and the SAC-D Observatory on an international mission to study Earth's salty seas.
Also sent aloft was the Aquarius SAC-D spacecraft, roaring off the launch pad at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California.
This is a great day. Aquarius SAC-D is going to be making measurements in places that have never had measurements made before.
From its polar orbit of the Earth, the NASA-built Aquarius, the spacecraft's primary instrument, will analyze the oceans for their comparative levels of salinity, or the water's saltiness, a major factor in the flow of currents that ultimately affect climate.
It's going to tell us a bit about how the ocean circulates and therefore how the ocean contributes to moving heat around from low latitudes to high latitudes, making this Earth more habitable than it otherwise would.
Data from the Voyager spacecraft and a new computer model suggests scientists will have to revise their notion of what transpires at the edge of our solar system.
Magnetic field in the solar wind, where it interacts with the interstellar medium, which is way out there. It's 100 times the distance of the Earth from the Sun, was thought to be in rather straight lines, curving smoothly around. But what we found now with Voyager actually entering this region, as it usually is, it's much more complicated than that.
This region appears not to be smooth as previously thought, but filled with a swirling sea of magnetic bubbles.
It was discovered by the two Voyager probes actually going into places where we've never been before, in combination with sophisticated high-end computer modeling that uses the existing information plus the new Voyager information to synthesize our new view that comes out of this.
Comprehending the complexities of the outer edges of our solar system is crucial to understanding how cosmic rays are created and reach near-Earth space. Galactic cosmic rays are a key concern as they can have a major impact on human space travel. Launched in 1977, the Voyagers have traveled farther from Earth than any man-made object. With about a month to go till the July 8th launch date targeted for Space Shuttle Atlantis, its 4 crew members continue to prepare for STS-135, the final mission of the Space Shuttle program. STS-135's commander, Chris Ferguson, pilot Doug Hurley, and mission specialist Sandy Magnus and Rex Walheim will use Atlantis to bring one last batch of supplies to the International Space Station before the shuttle fleet is retired.
Well, I certainly feel honored to be part of the last crew. You know, I think that I feel the most honored about it is it requires a special skill set to operate with the crew for, and I'm very flattered that it's felt that I have that skill set that is needed to do that. I'm very, very flattered by that.
Those newly released images of a space shuttle docked to the International Space Station are the first taken from the perspective of a Russian Soyuz spacecraft. On May 23rd, European Space Agency astronaut Paolo Nespoli took the pictures and video of the ISS and Endeavour on STS-134. Nespoli, along with Russian cosmonaut Dmitry Kondratyev and NASA astronaut Katie Coleman, were aboard the Soyuz that had just undocked from the station and was about to carry them back to Earth. Once their vehicle was about 600 feet from the station, Mission Control Moscow, outside the Russian capital, commanded the orbiting laboratory to rotate 130 degrees